Wow, this is a crazy fucked up day. I didn't have this when I made the last video. Can I just tell you what my morning was? Um, After I toked, I watched part of a Fringe video, and then I went and took my dogs to my friend where I was going to have my voice lesson because I'm trying to be a better singer for singing in the church choir. Although it's not really a church, that's just easy description. Um, and her dogs and my dogs are buddies, and I took a treat for each of them, and I let them out of my truck, and I led them to the backyard where they were going to go in and hang with my friend's dogs. And the dogs were right there at the gate coming out, and I had to push them back in and be like, okay, guys, stay. And I literally had to wedge myself in, and I turn, and my dogs are not there. And I'm like, and I have to shut the gate, and I go back out, and there, across the street, are my two dogs mauling a stray cat. And I run across the street, screaming at the top of my lungs, which is why my throat is sore. Stop, leave it, stop, whatever commands I could think of to get them to stop. They were attacking this big black cat, poor thing. I mean, so I'd pull one off, and then the other one would go at it, or the cat would like launch up and attack, back at that dog. So then this one would pull out of my hand, and I'd go after that one, and then I tried to like buffer the cat with my body, and then they'd be sneaking in like under my arm, kind of like with Romeo and oh, I forget whoever it was who was fighting, Mercutio, and and I could not get them to stop mauling this cat, and I was screaming, and it was 11 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. It's like, why aren't people coming out of their houses hearing this woman screaming? Stop, you hear a woman screaming, stop, and you stay behind your curtains? Anyway, the fight finally ended when the cat got its claw deep enough into my dog's fur that he whimpered and backed off. My friend finally comes out, missed the whole thing, and she's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't hear you. I called my dogs because I thought you were putting your dogs in the back, And so I'm like, we need to take this cat to the vet right now. And she's like, are you sure? And she kept saying like, no, it's going to be okay. It's a stray cat. I'm like, no. We have to take this cat. This cat got seriously mauled by two dogs. Like, my dog grabbed onto its fat and pulled it across the grass. I mean, this cat is injured. So I get it. She gets a crate from her dog and puts it in the car. We drive separately to the vet that I go to, and I'm like, emergency, and we come in and we're seen right away, and they're examining the cat. The cat vomited twice on the drive, pooped in, like diarrhea when it was in the examination room. But here's the weird thing, okay? Aside from losing a tooth, the cat didn't have a single puncture wound on its body that they could find. When they were examining the cat, it was purring. And I'm like, I'm telling them again and again, I saw my dogs maul this cat. This cat is injured. And they went over it, and then the doctor came in, and he went over it, and they could not find a single fucking puncture wound. And my friend is like, hey, the cat's a fighter. He's a scrapper. He's fine, And I was just like, wow. I mean, I already knew that I was paying $150 for the emergency exam, which I was okay with. The doctor said, we'll give it some antibiotics and some pain meds, and let's keep it to observe it. And then, my friend who knows the cat, she's been feeding the cat, she's been taking care of it. The cat is basically a stray, lives outside. She's saying, Deb, this cat, it's a stray, I mean, you can't spend all this money on this cat. And I'm like, I said, it was my dogs I did not have them on leashes. It is my responsibility to take care of this cat, you know? So basically, they're keeping it for the day, and they gave it some antibiotics, long lasting, they said, and they gave it some pain meds, and they're observing it, and I'm going to go back tomorrow. But the root of the tooth that broke off needs to be extracted, which means anesthesia and surgery, which means thousands of dollars. And my friend is like, it's a stray cat. And I'm just like, I just don't know what to do. And it's not like we could find it a home because there's another cat that it's kind of like it's like a cat pack. And so she says that they would have to go together. We'd have to find them a home together. So who's going to take in two large stray cats that have not been vaccinated, not been taken care of, probably have all kinds of issues from being stray for so many years, and two of them? So anyway, puncture, 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 and I was bitten by a stray cat that probably does not have rabies shots. So that's what's happened to me since I last recorded that video. It's so strange how you can just be going about your day and something happens to you. And it's never expected. Ever. Anyway, so I'm not going to class today. I'm totally bailing. And I'll maybe do some work in the glass studio if I can with my hand. And chill out and rest. I mean, my dogs are right there. I'm not even looking. They're in the dog den. And they had a walk this morning, too. I already walked them. They were just going to go and hang out with my friend's dogs. I'm just floored that my dogs would have acted this way. I mean, I understand that dogs sometimes get in the zone and they lose track of who they are. I get that. But when I came on the scene and was right there hauling them off the cat, they did not stop and say, oh, okay, Mom's here, we have to listen. Every time I hauled them off the cat, the other one would get back on the cat and bite it and pull it and drag it and maul it. And I really wish somebody had come to help me. You know, I mean, I'm a strong person. I can handle pretty much anything that comes my way, as long as it's not like somebody trying to hurt me and my family, you know, emotional crap. Yeah, like this, and the cat, and taking it to the vet. I mean, I was like bloody, and like I had thrown my dogs in the back of the truck, and I was like, we have to take this cat to the vet right now. I mean, like I'm strong. I can handle it. I can, you know, whatever comes at me, I just grit and just keep on going, you know. But I'm just so shocked that my dogs, which are such good dogs, they're good, loving animals, that they would do this. But then, I guess, if the cat didn't have any puncture wounds, maybe they weren't trying to hurt it. Maybe they were playing with it. I don't know. So, and my throat is all fucked up from screaming, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, stop, no, leave it, screaming. Rolling around in the grass screaming, and no one came to help me. That was my last couple hours. Holy fuck, right?